What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Cut the Crap. I'm your host, Christian, here with my main man, Steven and Rex. How's it going today, guys?
Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad.
I was waiting to see. I don't know if Rex gets to. If I get punished, he has to go first because I've missed that episode or something.
No, you're okay. You only missed one.
This guy said punish. Okay.
We ain't gonna punish you off that. I mean, it
No,
is close
Christian
to
is
Christmas.
not Joe
You
Jackson.
want to stay on Santa's good list. Don't go to
Maybe.
his bad list. Get coal in your
And
stocking.
then you're not gonna wait. You're not gonna make me walk naked down the street and say shame and ring the bell.
That's a great episode, by the way.
There it is, right?
Anyway,
It's a shame the last season went the way it did, but still, not bad, not bad. I'm not gonna let that season take away the whole show.
Yeah, man. It's one of those heartbreakers that you still look back on and you're like, man. I remember that whole thing. I was just like, please do not take us to World War III until this is over. And after that,
he said not to.
and that's House of Dragon is like August 21st, 2024 now.
Game of Thrones brought peace amongst the lands for real.
But it's different though with House of Dragon because House of Dragon, you know exactly what's going to happen.
Prequel. Yeah, there's already books. Yeah, but still gonna be good.
Oh yeah, I read the books on my dime.
When is the next season coming out? And by the
I
way,
I just said it. Obviously, you weren't listening,
I wasn't
bro.
listening. I was looking at something else, and I
August 21st, 2024.
Yeah, like late summer.
Okay. Yeah, had to wait 2 years for it. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about Game of Thrones and just.
I can't believe it's already been 2 years.
I know, right? 2 years.
And what they gave us 10 episodes off the first season, right?
Yep. That was it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like you get 4 months and you have to wait 2 years. Like The Last of Us, I think it's the same thing with The Last of Us as well.
I think it's the 24th, actually. August 24th, 2024.
That's what you said.
Regardless.
August 24th, 2024.
Regardless, it's going to be right in time to where I know what decision I'm making. I don't give a fuck who's playing on Sunday night. I know what I'm watching.
Yeah, I agree with you. We know we know where everybody's watching. I mean, that's you're talking 2 years in the wait. Everybody's kind of like, all right, we need to see what happens next. Like,
do I really need to see the Cowboys on those first 2 Sunday nights beat the shit out of nobody, and then talk about it's we them boys and it's our year?
We them boys, baby. Hey, you know what? The Eagles lost yesterday, so that actually worked in our favor. Us losing to the Bills, which was embarrassing, had no really big hurt on us. But that's neither here nor there. Today's episode, though, guys, we're talking about is customer service, and customer service specifically how it's gone to shit. Bro, I don't know what it is. I know it's the holiday season. People are a little more grumpier, working longer hours. But it's not even on the holiday seasons. Like, I've noticed it a lot. Me and you talked about this, Steven, too. Like, just how people are now, the new generation. Like, you had a person came in for an interview
ready for it?
With the AirPods. You said, remember that?
You ready for it?
I'm ready.
You ready for it, though? Oh, man, you just triggered it. Because uncoachable what makes what? You remember, I know you know it.
Tell them, say it.
Uncoachable youth makes for unemployable adults.
So true.
I hear that. I hear that.
That is one of my favorite quotes ever.
Bro,
and that applies not just in sports, just mental coaching, professional coaching, and that is
coaching in sports. Yeah, I feel like coaching in sports definitely plays into definitely ties into life coaching and life skills and.
No, I agree. I feel like sports in general teaches a lot of life important lessons and skills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy, the new generation. Like, I remember me being when I was an employee working at Food Lion and Best Buy and all that. Like, I had a strict manager and I had to do certain things, and it's just like watching these new kids and work, and it's fucking like I was at Best Buy, right? I was buying my son his gaming PC. I could say it because he's not around, and it was like the person that was helping me was looking up the item on his work phone, but then also texting on his personal phone in front of me. He literally had two phones up in front of me and laughing at his personal phone, then go back to his work phone. Yeah, we don't have this one. And there was three of them I were looking for, and of course the cheaper ones were all gone. But it was just like, oh, he look it up and then go back on his phone, personal phone. And he had one AirPod in his ear, and I'm just like, dude, what? Like, it just is mind blowing to think that like back in the days we would never get away with anything like that. I remember one job I had at Home Depot in Virginia Beach where you had to, because we were on the floor as cashiers, you had to lock up your cell phone before coming on the floor. And the supervisor would check, because when they give you the cash and all that, they'll have you, there's a lockers in the back to lock it in, and they'll have you put it in there and lock it, and then head out to the floor with your cash register.
I feel that's a bit extreme.
I mean, but that's how it was back in the days, though. I mean, remember, phones back then weren't a big thing either.
Phones weren't necessities as they are now.
Exactly.
Like everybody has one. It's a very common thing. Like phones weren't taboo back then, but like again, they weren't used the same way as they are now. And honestly, I feel like you gotta stop comparing what it is now to how you were, what back then, because you're gonna go crazy. You're absolutely gonna go crazy.
I'm losing my mind.
Because it to me, like, yeah, you a little bit, but like to me it's like if you do that, it's like there's so many things that like you probably don't remember, but like there were unattentive people back then. There were unattentive people back then that were doing customer service. It was just different things that were distracting them, or there were just different things that like they were doing. And it's like now, like, you see an AirPod and all that kind of stuff, and those kind of jobs now, it's like it's common and it is what it is. And like I get it, like customer service, especially someone like myself who's been in customer service like over 10 years, like that's like basically like most of the jobs that I do. So I know, and for me it's like I would never do that kind of stuff, but again, like I can't compare apples to oranges, right? So
Man,
it's
but
at the same time like
I don't feel like customer service has changed that much though. Like, it's the same thing. You go there, put on a smile, try not to fight with the customers,
Yeah, but it's people, and people are still shit from 1900 to 2023. Like that's the one thing that is always consistent about people, is that there are shite people throughout the existence of humanity, and they get stuffed in those kind of places because unfortunately, like we don't glorify customer service um like as we should. I'm not saying that like you need to go get a PhD or something like that, but it really does take a certain like person with a certain capacity to do the job, and like care and show like and like have the optics for it. At the end of the day, like for some people, it's just that as long as they have a body to fill whatever they want, as long as they get the bottom dollar, like it is like how you feel, it's like it they're not tripping off of that.
Yeah.
I'm
I
a
get.
people person.
Go ahead. Say what you said, Steve.
Yep. You ever seen Office Space? No, nobody.
No.
Nobody.
I can't remember.
Oh, never mind.
You
No.
can't
How have
base
you guys
everything
not
off
seen Office
references.
Space?
Life?
How have you not seen Office Space though?
Oh no.
I got
Like,
anime.
like
My other capacity is anime, so I don't have
no,
room for
like
that.
you should get off this podcast right now, and I'll send you both the link, and you guys should watch Office Space. And
Okay.
but have you seen Idiocracy? Please.
Nope.
Neither? Oh my god. Jesus. Where do we start? I would say go Idiocracy first though.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
put it on my
Yeah.
bucket list of shows
Yeah,
to watch, because I got
you
a list.
send it to the group chat.
Well,
I'll
send it
throw
right
it in the
now, bro.
rotation.
You guys have to agree on which one you're gonna watch first.
You said Idiocracy. We'll go off of
We'll
you.
start with that.
Idiocracy.
We'll
It's the
start with
dumbing
that
down
and
of
give you a book
society.
report on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Now,
dumbing down of society, bro.
say it again. I'm sorry.
Idiocracy is about the dumbing down of society.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree. Society is dumbing down. And it's just like a change though. We have more technology than what we did then. So, there's more being to use, But I also think a lot of it falls back to on the employers. And the reason why I think this, is a couple of different things. You got a lack of training, as an example. People that are not satisfied with their job due to wages or just the wrong people they're hiring, and then even poor management. Like, and I use this as, unfortunately, my last experience, Best Buy, and not even Best Buy, actually, Five Below is another one. Like, just the lack of training, the lack of, like, you ask a question like, oh, I'm not sure, it should probably be over there, but then I compare it to, Chick-fil-A. Granted, it's fast food, but their customer service is amazing. They talk to you with a smile on. They're helping you out. Hey, I ordered something. I added. I always get the spicy chicken meal, right? And I always ask to take off the lettuce and tomatoes, add cheese. They're like, oh, why don't you just get this? Why don't you get the? Or no, I used to get the spicy chicken sandwich and add cheese. They're like, it's cheaper to get the spicy chicken meal, where you remove the lettuce and tomato than to add the cheese. And I was just like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, you know what I mean? That's customer service. They went over and beyond. If something was wrong with my order, hey, they're not questioning where's your receipt. I'm sorry, we messed up. Let me get this for you. You know what I mean? Like, that's good customer service. They acknowledge that they made a mistake. They apologize for their mistake. A perfect example we talked about last week with McDonald's and how they mess up my orders. Like, that's customer service. That's them being like, oh no, that's not up there. Like, I'm not asking you what's up there or not. Like, why are you combative with me? Like, that's being combative at this point. There's no point for that. And then a lot of it too, you see are employers burning out their employees. I seen it here with my current job and my last field I was in customer service handling claims. Like, people are burnt out, man, and jobs unfortunately keep wanting more and more and more. And I get it, because like, if it was my business and I see you guys are succeeding at this, I'm gonna want to push you guys further, right? I'm gonna want to see what more you could give me, what more I could push out of it to continue to grow, because at the ultimate day, it's a business. They want to grow, they want to make money, and I get that. But again, that's why I say it falls back to the jobs and employers, because they have to give adequate training, make sure you have the right people in management to lead people. A lot of people that get to management get there because they have good numbers, right? They do something good, they're successful in their role. But just because you're successful in your role doesn't mean you're ready to be a manager, because not everybody can lead. As a manager, you have to lead. And one thing I used to do when I worked for Sprint, leading, like, I always led by example. Like, I'm not going to ask you to go. And I remember my store manager, assistant manager at the time, used to hate it, where I'll go and I'll restock the shelves. I was slow, there was nothing to do. I'll go do it. Why not? I'm not doing it. He's like, oh, why are you doing it? Delegate it. He always used to say delegate. And I
hate that. I hate that too.
I hate that. Like, yo, why do I need to delegate something I could do? I'm not gonna ask you to do something. Now, if I'm busy, then I could be like, hey, you mind doing this? They'd be like, oh yeah, I don't mind, because why? I saw you go and do it previous days, and I've seen you do it. You know what I mean? So that's my 2 cents on that. I think it comes down to that. And then sometimes it also falls down to personal issues. Some people have a lot going on in their personal life where companies just don't care. I've seen jobs. I've worked for a health insurance job in Virginia, where like they didn't care really what was going on in your you lost somebody in your family. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss, but hey, you only get 1 day to mourn. You got to come back to work.
Crazy.
When I first moved here to Florida, I worked at a grocery store. My uncle owns a grocery store here in Sunrise. Never forget, life lesson early on here. There's a barber shop 3 doors down from my Uncle, 3 or 4 doors, same shopping center. 2 barbers got in an altercation. One pulled a gun on another, shot the other barber, died. So one's in jail, one's dead. Not even 3 days later, there was a now hiring sign for 2 barbers. To me, that was a life lesson. Bro, it's like that meme that you see on, like, we've seen it on social media before. Like, dude, it don't matter. Like, yo, you died the next. Nah, I seen it, like, for real. Yo, bro, like 2-3 days later.
You are replaceable. Well,
Yeah, that brings up. I just literally. I mean, I swear to God, asking my wife. I just told her not too long ago. You are a number to these employers.
Correct.
You know,
yeah.
you're burning yourself out for somebody that don't care about you in the long run because you are replaceable. Everybody is replaceable and they don't care. And I literally just had that conversation
Well,
with my wife. Like,
you
she's
are
not
one
happy with
indeed
hers.
a
Hey,
post
hey,
away from being
Mhm.
hey.
replaced.
This is W82464 speaking. That's my employee number. I just looked it up. I was like, I didn't even know. Yeah, that's my employee number.
That's your employment. Look. I mean, that's all we are.
Yeah,
We're literally like, if you look at it, how does your employer identify you on your paychecks? Like, yeah, they have your government name because they have to issue that who they're issuing payment to, but how do they identify you? Your employee ID.
24601.
Yep. Your employee ID will always be on every paycheck because that's how they see you. And when you're gone, somebody else is gonna take that next number after you. And that's it. And it's a revolving cycle. And again, I get it. It's a business standpoint. I understand it. But sometimes too, the business gotta, that's why I try to tell people, look, man, if you could be an entrepreneur, that's great. Work for yourself because the time and effort you're putting in to make somebody else richer, they're not giving two shits about what you're doing at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Unless you got a really good employer, which is rare, they're not caring. You need to invest that time into yourself and into your brand.
Real quick,
100%.
did you hear the number I mentioned? 24601.
601, yeah.
Does that ring a Does that ring a bell to anyone of you too?
Nope. You've been
So
losing this the whole episode.
if any one of our listeners, that's for more of the refined, cultured individuals. If they're able to reference that and get back to Christian with 24601 and what does that reference, they can pick the topic for one of our podcasts.
Bam, you heard it from Steven. So what does 24601 represent or mean? You come back and respond to us. You can
As a number, as a number.
As a number, what does it mean? And Steven will says you could pick our next topic. So now here's my question to you guys now. What do you guys think? What do you think is crucial for building a good customer service? I'll start with Rex first on this one.
uh Treat the job serious, like on both ends. Like the employer's not serious. And like you said, it all depends. Like when you gave the examples of like Chick-fil-A, that's their whole brand, right? That's part of the culture. So like if someone sees that, it's like, you're up out of there. McDonald's will just yoo-hoo off the street. Like, come on, make $3 an hour
Okay.
and
I,
they're in, right? But like when you get to certain firms, offices, smaller businesses, even like larger corporate like scale ones, like the customer service there, they're being paid more adequate. They're being asked to do more, right? Like minimum wage jobs, you're you're gonna get the bare minimum, right?
mhm,
So unless like they're treating minimum wage with more respect, paying them better, giving benefits, um protecting what is like the situation of making minimum wage. Either you're a young kid starting into the workforce, or you are somebody that might be just down on their luck, right? And and unfortunately right now, like minimum wage is what you have to kind of deal with. But like there's no respect down there, right? So like why would people, to them it's really just a dollar, so they don't really care what's on the other side. But for businesses, like even on, like if McDonald's took their brand of like, oh, we make $1 million a day, and like gave that into the people that work like customer service and all that kind of stuff, and like, or what did they, front facing like businesses and those kind of situations, you'd see a different change. It's a different tune when it comes to the money. But they're not gonna give any more than what they're already doing now, right? So they're giving the bare minimum. So they got to give more in order for their in the employees to give more.
Now it's funny you
But
mentioned
even but
McDonald's
it,
real
but
quick. Before you say Steven, real
but
quick, McDonald's did raise their minimum wage to over 15 an hour. So just to let you know,
Still,
they
it's
set the standard on fast food.
but still, is that enough?
I
Be
mean,
real.
we'll talk. We'll get on that. I
Be
want to hear what Steven
honest.
has to say real quick before I
Okay.
answer that.
but even real quick, and in grabbing, you know, Rex's monologue there. The way that you just addressed the minimum wage workers, like, oh, them down there, it was very condescending. So it's like they're gonna give a shit attitude because even right there, a lot of people look at them like, oh, these are the shit workers. But but at the end of the day, I'm one of those people. I feel that you should respect the janitor, treat the janitor with as much respect as you do the CEO. Bro,
Yeah.
you never know who
100%.
that
Yeah.
person is. But not that you meant it in a bad way, but a lot of
No,
people are
of
like,
course.
oh,
Yeah. No,
he ain't shit. He makes minimum wage. You know what I mean?
I meant it by
But
I meant it by the ladder, right? The ladder of what is making wages, right? So I'm not I'm definitely speaking from my perspective because I've
Yeah.
definitely made minimum wage, but again, I'm more like an observer, right? Where it's like, yeah, but
No, no,
you already
definitely
called it,
understand that.
so
Well said. Well said. Steven, what's one thing you say that's important for customer service that you would say? Because you're a person in authority where you hire people. What do you look for? What is one thing that really sticks out for you?
customer service actually is my number one. Believe it or not, that's what I look for in an employee. I can, I maintain and clean draft beer equipment. I can teach you how to do that. I can't teach you customer service. Either you got it or you don't.
Yeah.
Especially like I work with a lot of sensitive markets down in the Florida Keys because then people are just on a whole different island time. Um, but yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm a
It,
firm believer in that.
no, no, agree with you. I know one thing for me, um, that I look for is customer service, but also people that understand customer needs. You know, that's one big thing. People need to be able to understand what the customer is needing, wanting, and I mean, I guess this is two in one, but also having problem solving skills. How are they able to solve the problem and the issue? You know, what I do is I'm a field adjuster for auto insurance company where I go out and I have to look at damages from people's car accidents, right? I write an estimate. The shops agree with it sometimes, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they want to add more stuff to it that I can't see. So I have to ask them to explain to me why. And then I have to negotiate with them. I have to come up with an answer. Or sometimes they may ask for something on a repair that I can't give them. So how can I salve it? Well, I do problem solving. Hey, there's damage to the rear door and the front door. You guys want 4 hours on the rear door, but I only see 2 hours worth of damage, right? But on the front door, you asked for only 3 hours of damage, but it's like 7 hours. So I can give you an additional 2 hours on the front door, so you're still getting your time. It's just placing. You got to this problem solving. So that's to me, that's a good customer service person. That's what I would look for. Um, Kind of to go backwards. Hate to go backwards, but Rex, real quick to answer your question. When I had mentioned McDonald's raising the minimum wage, and you saying, you said, is that really solving the problem, right? Or is that what
yeah.
exactly you said again? I'm sorry.
Yes, does that help? Do you think $15 um compared to the cost of living is enough
So
for a change in just like like that like those I guess like I wouldn't say
It's
like
a whole
directly
nother
just
topic,
them.
bro.
it
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
another
that is,
topic,
yeah,
but I want to
it's getting
address
deep,
it real
yeah.
quick.
Hmm.
Because he asked the question and it kind of I just had to jump into it. We got time real quick. So I personally do feel like it's enough, and this is the reason why. Fast food chains and fast food restaurants are not career jobs to me. Those are jobs to get you started into the workforce, to build the beginning stages of your experience that you're going to need to move forward into another job. Now, if you move up within McDonald's, that's great. You move up McDonald's, you're going to get paid more. I've seen people that I know actually somebody that not McDonald's, but Chick-fil-A, they started there when we were in high school at 16, and now they own a Chick-fil-A. and they worked. That's
Hmm.
all. That was all their job. And but
Yeah.
it was a starting point. It helped build and shape who they are to move up. I really feel those type of jobs and certain retail jobs, grocery stores, stuff like that. Um, they're not career setting jobs. Those jobs are not meant to be a career long lasting job. So that's why I feel the 15 is enough. Some people may agree with
Mm.
it. Some people may not. Again, like Steven said, that is a different topic on it. But to answer your question, kind of short and simple, that's how I look at it. Those fast food restaurants and some grocery stores, they're just not meant for you to be there forever. That's meant for you to get started, stepping stone, build your personality, build your brain to start thinking in different ways and stuff like that, and then to move forward and excel yourself into a better positioning job.
No, for sure. I definitely agree with that. I do because I know we can make a whole other episode about it. But
Yeah, yeah.
one more point is that um we both agree that like those are stepping stone
Mm-hmm.
uh like jobs, right? And now we both also, I know we can agree that we are built different, right? When we
Of
do
course.
certain things, we put our full effort into it. Now, we can't speak for everyone, right? So with that being said, the same mentality that it's that like you're not going to be there forever, I also think sometimes comes out in the attitude with those jobs in that line of work. So the people that you're facing, to them they're like, man, I'm here for a couple more months, or I got something lined up, or like it's like whatever. And like like I get it, like you're right, because to me it's like you're not supposed to bring that to the workplace. Like I think it was you that said it, right, where the guy tapped the tree, right, on his way in and on his way
Oh
out.
yeah, yeah. Last
And
week's
yeah,
episode. Yep, to
yeah,
like
yeah,
drop
yeah,
the
right.
stress and all that.
Draw, yeah, exactly, right. And
Mhm.
so like that's how it should be, right? Like when you go to your place of work, like just do what you have to do for your time being, and then get in and get out. But some people do, in that sense, like wear their heart on their sleeves, or their attitude on their face. And more times than not, like that's kind of the crowd that would be the type to have that, right? And there's few in between, right? Few far in between. But I feel like sometimes like those experiences that you're bringing up is that those are the people that you're facing, the ones that are you know
So
like
let
they're
me
like
ask you this
about it.
though. Wouldn't
Mm,
that fall on management to teach them the proper way? Like, hey, look, we know this is your stepping stone, right? This is to get you up to that next level, to move you to
mm.
wherever you want to go. You're only here for a couple months. Let me teach you these skills. Isn't that up to management to help change that person or help make that person a better? Go ahead.
I'm gonna do a Steven. I'm gonna do a quote. Um, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Well said.
So I've been in a management position, and I've dealt with uh young kids that I like, you look at and like, I see you, like I see a little bit of me in you, right? But you don't see enough where that like they can make those certain changes, right? Where to them they just don't care, right? And like again, you can only do so much, but it's takes two to tango, right? So in those situations, sometimes like again, to me, sometimes like, and I get what you're saying, but to me, it's like it's just an unfortunate luck of the draw, right?
Yeah.
Of just that is the interaction that you got, and it's like unfortunate. It's like when you go get like some like the, oh my gosh, like the Popeyes chicken sandwich. I remember, oh, when it first came out, oh, went and got it. Oh, it was amazing, best thing ever. Like live to the hype, all that.
I
Maybe
wouldn't
the
say all
second or
that.
third one, maybe the second or the third one. I'm like, wasn't the same, right? And to me, like to me it kind of falls into like in that category in my head, where it's just like it's an unfortunate luck of the draw, where you know um you're expecting a good experience, and then you didn't get what you were expecting, which obviously is unfortunate.
I still thought Chick-fil-A sandwich was better than Popeyes. Just
No, for
personal.
sure, for sure. But the
We
hype, you're
can't.
still muted.
We
You're
can't hear
still
you, Steven.
you're still muted.
Yeah, you're muted. You're
You're
talking. We
still
can't hear you.
muted.
We can't hear you.
I think you can hear us.
Nope.
No,
Oh, there he
You're
goes.
lucky, bro.
no.
I let you have that, bro. Because first of all, I agree with that statement. The problem behind the Popeye chicken sandwich, though, is the lack of consistency. Chick Fil A, Chick Fil A, again, it goes back to its business model. It
Yeah,
goes with
yeah,
certain values and just uh, uh, a commitment to consistency. Because
Yeah.
Chick Fil A, it tastes the same. It doesn't matter if you had it in fucking Texas or you had it in New York. It tastes the fucking same.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Popeyes, it all depends who the fuck is in the back.
Yeah. I tell you now, the only Popeyes I go to is always the one in the hood because for some reason the one in the hoods be the one that be on point.
because they
So
be making
First
it
of
for
all,
themselves. That's
yeah,
why.
if it all,
So they
if
make
it,
the bags. They know what's good.
yeah,
They be making
well,
it for themselves. You know, they
first of all,
doing it. Yeah.
Christian doesn't drink soda, but if I go up to the fried chicken little soda machine and I don't see orange soda or strawberry soda, I'm leaving. I'm like, it ain't even worth my time.
exactly. I
Certain
used to drink. I mean, I
qualifications, right?
miss orange soda. I haven't drank orange soda in years, but
Okay, Kel.
yeah.
All right, who loves
Who
orange soda?
loves orange soda? Anyways,
That's
guys,
funny.
again, let us know what you think. You know, it is the holiday season. I get it. People are stressed. So I'm not trying to put too much pressure on customer service, but it's not only during the holiday season. I've noticed it. So I'm just curious on what you guys think. You know, what
We
do you
just
feel
yapping.
about customer service? Do you feel it's gone to shits as well? Or do you just feel like what Rex says, times have changed. Things are going to be different. You know, we just got to roll with the punches. I guess my old 1900 ass got to, you know, change a little bit, but
Yeah. And it's like we like what 4, 5 years apart, something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But it's just funny how like it's just that like difference to
It's just
like
small difference. It's like, man, but yeah,
yeah. Me and my sister are 6 years apart. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I don't feel like we're like that far off. Like
yeah.
definitely a different like mindset for sure. But like, and then I look at you and I'm like, God damn, you kind of old.
Listen, I mean, it is what it is. I know, but
Yeah.
let us know what you guys think. Like always, send us a message. You can reach us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Discord. Also, send us the email at cutthecrap with 2 P's, one at gmail.com. So that's CUTTHECRAPP1 at gmail.com. Also, if you can answer Mr. Steven over here's question, what does the number
24601 mean to you as a
and,
number?
and you can answer that correctly? Steven said he will let you pick the next topic. So we'll love to hear from you on that, guys. Like always, we appreciate you for listening and viewing. And just go check us out. We'll be out here next week again. I hope everyone here has an amazing Christmas. You fellas, you guys are the best gift I could ask for. So I thank you guys for always committing to be up here and doing your thing. Merry Christmas to you fellas.
Oh, nice. How kind of you. Merry Christmas to you as well.
Happy
You're very much
holidays to you,
appreciated. Oh,
This
this
man,
guy.
he's the happy holiday guy. I hate that.
Yeah.
My job always is
Happy
happy holidays.
happy
No,
Xmas.
Merry Christmas. All right, you're
Happy
getting the
happy
Christmas.
Xmas. Yeah.
But anyways, guys, like always,
Eat this Christianity. Ah.
like always, we appreciate you guys. Till next week, have a good one. Peace.